More than 140 homes were destroyed back on September 15th. That's not including 2 community churches. Police say Ronald Bo Marshall started the blaze that also scorched nearly 500 acres. Today, the 24-year-old Marshall stood in court for a preliminary hearing.
His fate likely won't be determined until sometime next year, but residents of Weed are still watching closely.
NBC5's Matt Jordan was in the courtroom today. He joins us live in studio with more. Matt.
That's right, Guy. Prosecutors spent the entire day laying out the evidence against Marshall, who's charged with multiple counts of arson for allegedly starting the Boles Fire. While it won't make their community whole, again, residents of Weed tell me the proceedings are a small step towards rebuilding. 24-year-old Ronald Bo Marshall, the man accused of starting the Boles Fire, sat before a judge in Siskiyou County Court on Thursday. Meanwhile, back in Weed, where the hills are still charred black, residents are watching closely.
Hopefully he will own it and, justice will be served.
Rosanna Alvarado was one of the first to lose her home to the Boles Fire. She says she isn't angry, but instead feels sympathy for Marshall's family.
I weigh both sides of it. I really try to. I try to escape my own pain and put myself in that place. Any of us are vulnerable to have a mishap in life.
Marshall spent Thursday in Wairika at a preliminary hearing to determine if there's enough evidence to go to trial on 3 counts of felony arson. A handful of prosecution witnesses testified, including CAL FIRE investigators and Weed police officers, who say Marshall was seen on surveillance video in the area of the fire when it began. And as the slow legal process plays out, the Weed community is trying to move forward.
Hopefully we'll get to rebuild soon and our lives will continue on,
While still watching the people versus Ronald Marshall very closely. Now, prosecutors had so much information to cover they couldn't even fit it all in today, so they'll be back in court at 8:30 tomorrow. A date for any potential trial won't be set until they're through with those hearings. Live in studio, Matt Jordan, NBC5 News.